Goose is back. So we've been away a while. I've got a number of interim videos that aren't up on the channel yet. I had a week I missed because I was hobbying trumps videoing. I had a week that I missed because the video corrupted and I've yet to get it fixed, which is annoying. It's an introduction to one of my new armies. Yes, one of. And I also had a week where Jellyfish and I got a game in which requires some heavy editing that I haven't had time to do yet. So we've got a few videos sort of backdating in the channel to come. But the first video back, I thought I would do something I've not done on this channel, and a really cool friend of mine has already done a number of, which is an unboxing. So we're going to do an unboxing today, because said cool friend, Mr. JellyfishGamer 25, has persuaded me, and persuaded me in the best way by giving me a game or something that I need to be playing a new game system. This is a game system that I had been into in its previous version, and was a big fan of, played a lot in my youth, and therefore was a little bit hesitant to get back into the new version because I was worried it would let me down and it wouldn't quite stack up. So Jellyfish and I did some work the other week, and on our way back from said work we happened to stumble across Warhammer World, and we went in and we played a couple of games of Necromunda, the new version of Necromunda. So back in the day when I was, I don't know, 16, 17, I used to play a lot of Necromunda with some of my mates. I had a big Orlok gang, and it was great fun. We used to have whole weekends, pizzas, underage drinking, the lot. It was brill. So I love Necromunda. It's a narrative game. The way that it used to play anyway was one of the most brilliantly narrative games. And as I've said many, many times, I'm a narrative gamer. I like stories, and this makes stories and funny moments. Blood Bowl's kind of similar, but Necromunda for me really had silly stories, gangers you got really attached to, and then they would die or they'd lose an eye, and you'd have a sniper with one eye, but you'd keep running him because he was your friend Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I had Wesley Snipes. So I went out and I picked up Necromunda today. So like a good boy, I went and sold some stuff. I sold my old guitar and my amp and a few other things, and on the way back I spent that money on Necromunda. So we've got the box set. We have the Gang War 1 and Gang War 2 book, because I'm going to do an Orlok gang again, and they're in Gang War 2. And Gang War 1 has all the rules for 3D terrain. And the second game that Jellyfish and I played was using 3D terrain. And I shot one of his ladies and she fell 60 feet off a balcony and broke her leg. And we had a ton of fun at Warhammer World in 3D terrain. And I still have 2 sets of original cardboard and plastic 3D terrain from the original Necromunda in the 90s. So we're going to sort of bring that back to life and start playing that. And I think Jellyfish and I are probably going to play quite a bit of Necromunda on the channel, because gang progress and the story of the individual gang members between conflicts in a campaign, and the stories of missions and how things go is quite narrative, quite fun, and probably more entertaining than an individual battle report from one side to the other. So I think we're going to be playing quite a chunk of Necromunda. Before we do that though, I need to get the box open and I need to get the models built. So let's have a look at what we've got. I've never done an unboxing before, and I've decided I'm going to do it absolutely legitimately from first principles. So we still have the plastic on here. I'm going to find the best way to remove said plastic. Oh, that's a good feeling. I'm going to take the lid off, and then I'm going to bring you back to a more interesting viewpoint. I know what's in this box in principle because I've played it, but I don't actually know what we get as we open the box and go through. So, oh, pardon me. Okay. So we've got a lot of things in here. First of all, we've got the templates. And as somebody who was really pleased that templates left 8th edition, I'm weirdly nostalgically pleased to see templates back. And in the 2 games JellyfishGamer and I played last week, I used a grenade launcher with frag grenades to great effect to knock a number of his lovely ladies on their backsides. And so I'm particularly fond of this little template here, which scatters around and when it hits a wall, blows up. So you can really do some damage with grenade launchers. We've got the terrain, which I love. So we've got bulkheads, we've got little things that you can hide behind, we've got ammo caches, we've got command terminals. There's the little model here for the beast. We managed to play that in the game with JellyfishGamer. So Jellyfish put down the beast to see what would happen, and what happened was the beast whipped out and tripped up the woman who just put it down, at which point I ran over and stamped on her. So it didn't work out particularly well for him in that instance. Here we've got some doors, singles and doubles. Again, lovely, lovely plastic kits. They'll be really easy to get together and paint, which is what I'm planning on doing for the rest of this weekend. But they are absolutely lovely. We've got the instructions, but before we get to those, let's have a look at our two gangs. So in this, we've got Goliaths, which are the great big chunky dudes, and we've got the Lady Gang, which I should know the name of, and you know, someone will be screaming at me on the channel right now. So we'll start with some of the Goliaths. These are the guys I played against Jellyfish, because I always thought Goliaths were comical and ridiculous when I previously played Necromunda, and the models sort of were. They were a bit steroidy and OTT. These guys I like. The aesthetic of the new models, I think, is absolutely brilliant. So I played them, and I found them to be quite powerful. They don't break very easily, they do a lot of damage, they can take a lot of damage, and they carry some very heavy weapons. But some of these ladies are very, very tricksy, particularly Polly from JellyfishGamer's gang. She did a lot of damage in the first game. Second game, I used a grenade launcher to knock her 60 feet off a ledge, so, you know, we got our revenge. But these kits, I mean, look at this electro whip thing here. I'm sure it's got a technical name. Some kind of flail, but look at that. That's just stunning. These are absolutely lovely plastic kits. I'm looking forward to putting together my Orlock kit, which I've yet to build. I haven't bought an Orlock kit yet, but that will come in future. I'm going to build these two and play with them first, but once the Orlocks are done, I'm looking forward to a set of Forge World weapons, which have just been shown at Warhammer Fest this very weekend. So here we go. Escher, of course, being the Lady Gang. I knew that. I was just testing you guys on the channel. So we have our instructions, how to build our bulkheads, our accessories, and our gangs. We have the all-important rule book, which I very much need to get a look through. I've had a quick scan through Jellyfish's, and it was really, really cool. And we've got our quick action cards on the back here, so we'll get that open a little bit later on. Beautiful chunks of card. I mean, that's... GW box games these days are absolutely stunning, because those are the quality of any other box game manufacturer, Fantasy Flight being a notable one. They are absolutely lovely. There's a ton of card in there with all of our tiles. So if we're playing it as an Underhive game, where we play on two-dimensional tile maps, that's how I'll be starting, because I'm going to try, and I'll come back on the channel and let you know how well we do, but I'm going to try and persuade Mrs. Goose to have a go at Necromunda. So we'll see how that goes. We've got our floor tiles, we've got all of our markers, counters, and so on. And then the bottom of the box itself is actually a tile, if you want to shred it up and use it like that. So it actually acts as a tile all of its own. And you could have a little battle arena in here, which might be how I introduce Mrs. Goose to the game. We've got a range ruler, nice 12-inch range ruler, like that a lot. We have all of our cards. So in here we've got tactics cards, we've got the cards for the pre-done gangs for the skirmish inside the box, and we've got, more importantly, a load of blank cards. And yes, I found this out because I was very interested. You can buy new blank cards. Online direct order only from Warhammer, or if you go to Warhammer World, you can pick them up in the flesh, which I should be doing very, very soon. But look at that, a ton of cards in there for various different tactics, secret actions, melter bombs, gas bombs. What else did I have? Automatically reload, don't have to pass a reload test. This is absolutely a gold standard mark of a brilliant, well done boxed game. 2 empty sealable bags to put all of the card tokens in from the card stuff we saw. That is a top quality box set, because you need those. You need to then, once you punch them all out, have everything in the right pouches. We have all the bases for our guys. These are lovely, lovely decorative industrial bases. I love the Necromunda bases, and every gang and every mercenary comes with these. And we have our dice. And I've watched and read a number of things online of people talking about Necromunda and how it's not quite what they remember, and it's very onerous and very laborious, and there's lots of different rolls. And I don't see it like that at all. My experience was, you roll a die to hit along with your ammo die. That tells you everything you need to know about whether you've hit, whether you need to reload, what you need to do. It's a very simple process if you then need to reload. And then you've got your dice for your injuries. The only thing I did find was with the colour-coded dice, I quite often ended up rolling an injury dice for my priority roll or something else like that, because there's 3 different types of die in there, or if you include the scatter. But I think it's a really simple system, and we will be showing it on the channel, because Necromunda is probably going to be my focus for a little bit. Now, I can definitely get a Necromunda gang painted up, and filming games is not as long and laborious as filming the huge game of 40k, for example, that JellyfishGamer and I did the other week. You know, Jellyfish and I played... we played 2 games at Warhammer World, the first of which took us probably 40 minutes while Jellyfish was teaching me the rules, and the second one on the 3D terrain took maybe half an hour at most. It was quick, it was brutal, and it was a ton of fun. So we're going to be doing a lot more of this. This is my weekend, complete with a cup of coffee. And I'm going to get to this, because if I can get all this stuff snipped out, built and ready to go by the end of play today, I might just be able to squeeze a game in today. Great to have you guys back on the channel. We're going to be doing Necromunda, we're going to be doing the Orcs, because rumour has it that the Orc Codex is out next month. So that's exciting, and I've built and I've painted and we've tried and we've had games, it's all good. And also, and those of you who haven't gleaned this information elsewhere, there's another little side project going on in 40k which might involve myself having some children, approximately 1,000 of them, all sons, very weird coincidence. They're kind of getting built as well. So there's loads going on in the hobby. The channel's been a bit dark for a while for a number of technical reasons, but actually the hobbying goes on apace. So really looking forward to cracking on with this, and I will see you guys later. Goose out.